My dearest friends and fellow Americans, 48 hours from now, the ceasefire in Iran is set to expire. And this is the worst ceasefire I've ever seen in my life. As we all know, I always come on here, tell the truth, bring the facts. I'm never wrong, and I'm not wrong this time. That's why you want to tune in all the way to the end, because I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on over there. And quite frankly, it's given me a headache. So, the United States sees a cargo ship in the Strait of Hormuz. Iran vows retaliation. These peace talks, they're hanging on by a thread. President Trump is now going to destroy electrical grids and bomb infrastructure and bridges, sending them back to the Stone Age, causing them to be in the dark for the next 10 years. Strait of Hormuz is complete chaos. Ceasefire is going to expire on Wednesday, folks. I'm dying to see what happens on Wednesday. And when I say dying, I mean that figuratively speaking. There is supposed to be a negotiation with the vice president, and for whatever reason, Jared Kushner heading to Islamabad, where Iran says, hey, you know what? We're not even going to be there. So again, you got the vice president of the United States and what seems to be the smartest guy that's ever walked the planet Earth, Jared Kushner. Is it me, or does this whole Jared Kushner thing just get on everybody's nerves? Is he the smartest guy that ever lived? Because Donald Trump obviously just thinks the world of this fella. So I want to break it all down for you coming up right now. Welcome to the Joe Rossano Show. We got a ship seizure. We got Iranian retaliation, threats that the U.S. Navy is going to continue the blockade. They fired on and seized an Iranian flag cargo ship near the Strait of Hormuz. Iran calls it armed piracy. Again, I'm going to break it down. I'm going to get rid of the fake news, all the fake AI, all the fake podcasts. And before I do that, if you could be so kind, because this really helps, if you want the truth, if you want it broken down in lay terms, please subscribe, comment, like, share with your friends. That's what you're doing there, is you're sharing the truth. Click the notification bell for all the latest episodes of the Joe Rossano Show. We graciously appreciate it. Iran says the U.S. violated the ceasefire by attacking a commercial vessel. Ceasefire? Has there been a ceasefire? I didn't even know there was one. I mean, every time I turn around, something's exploding. Somebody is seizing a vessel, or vessels can't get through the Strait of Hormuz, where 25% of the world's oil travels through that little 21-mile wide strait. And Trump's new threats is to strike every single power plant and every single bridge if Iran doesn't do exactly what he says. Well, you know what I would do? I would say, okay, do it. Do it, Mr. President. Do it. Seriously. I mean, what about Donald Trump? Do some of you not know? I mean, really, what don't you know? Do what I say or there's going to be tariffs. Do what I say or we're going to blow up bridges. Do what I say or I'm going to do this. Do what I say or I'm going to do that. He's been doing that since the 80s. All right. Now, Iran cites that these threats, and they're a reason it won't commit to new peace talks. Now, a U.S.-led delegation, as we all know, J.D. Vance and the smartest guy that's ever lived, the Einstein, Jared Kushner, the president's son-in-law, are on their way to Islamabad. And the problem is that they're not even sure if Iran foreign ministry is even going to show up. They think that the U.S. demands are just unrealistic. Well, that is how Donald Trump negotiates. If Donald Trump wants a salary of $150,000, he'll say, look, I want 240. All right. Well, Donald, we can't do 240, but we the best we could do is 150. Deal. See what he did? And he's been doing this going back to 1984. And people still seem to fall for it, especially the mainstream media. Well, the ceasefire, the clock on the ceasefire, if that's what you want to call it, it's been the worst ceasefire I've ever seen. It ends Wednesday. Iran says it's going to take necessary action against the U.S. if provoked. Iran accuses the U.S. of the ceasefire, of breaking the ceasefire when they attacked a ship. Again, I didn't even know there was a ceasefire. If that's what they call it, that's fine. Now, as mentioned, oil prices are spiking well over $100 a barrel now. The Strait of Hormuz opens and then it closes, and then it partially opens and then it closes. And then there's a blockade. And then the U.S. fires on a vessel and takes over that vessel in the Strait of Hormuz. Now, got to be fair here. We know that I always bring the truth. The United States Navy did give Iran about 6 hours, and there's video on this, worth of warnings. Turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around. They didn't. Okay, we're coming aboard and we're taking your boat. We're going to take your vessel, and the president is probably going to put it on eBay because we know, what do they say? God giveth and God taketh away. President Trump taketh away and never gives it back. So I have a feeling that that vessel is probably going to be somewhere in the United States in the next few days or whatever's on it. President Trump's going to take off of it and sell it on Facebook Marketplace. Who would blame him? I got to tell you, the Strait of Hormuz, which I would say if there are about 360 million Americans, 345 million Americans never even heard of it. It is causing all of this tension. It really is. Japan gets about 75% of their energy, of their oil comes through that strait. South Korea, China, about 50%. And the negotiations keep stalling. We got a siege ship, as I mentioned, stalled negotiations, a ceasefire, if that's what you want to call it. It's about to expire. A president whose threats are now causing gas, food, oil, everything to go up. Inflation's on its way back. The U.S. says Iran is escalating. Iran says the U.S. is escalating. The Strait of Hormuz, the world's entire oil artery, is a pressure point. Everybody's watching. Now, I have to say this again, getting back to that honesty thing that I always say that I bring here, and I guarantee I bring here. Let's stop acting like Iran are a bunch of sweethearts. They're not. They killed about 30,000 of their own people. They do have proxies, Hezbollah, Hamas, the Houthis, who've killed Americans. They have killed Americans. And I know some of you are about to roll your eyes and say, oh, man, Rossano, if you do anything, please don't talk about the hostages again. I was alive in 1979. I was in the 4th grade. And I had to see our fellow Americans with blindfolds being held for 444 days when our weak president allowed us to get embarrassed and humiliated on the world stage. And I still feel some kind of way about that. They have been yelling death to America for 50 years, for 5 decades, for a half a century. So again, at the end of the day, I think President Trump was just that president who didn't kick the can. George H.W. Bush kicked the can. George W. Bush kicked the can. Clinton kicked the can. Obama bribed him. Billions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars in cash, and he flew over there. So he thought that they were developing nuclear weapons. They enrich uranium. They have a space program. They have bunkers underground. With all that uranium, the only way to go get that uranium is to send ground forces in there, which the Americans don't want. President Trump is well aware of this. So we are going to track this hour by hour. Very important. I will be back here. I'll be back tomorrow, but I will be back here Thursday, 1 p.m. Mark your calendars. Live show where I answer your questions. I respond to your comments in real time. Going to put a link in the comments where you can talk to me by voice. You can actually come on my show with me and tell me what you really think about me and tell me how brilliant I am or whatever it is that you want to do. As always, if you could please, it really helps. If you want me to come back out here daily and tell the truth on them, to give them hell, to be honest, to break all of this down, to call out these liars, to take on all of this misinformation, these fake podcasters, fake news, and this fake AI. I need your help. Please subscribe. Again, please like, please comment, please share with your friends. Basically, you're sharing the truth. You're sharing the truth. Click the notification bell. You get all latest episodes of the Joe Rossano Show. As always, God bless you, my dearest friends, fellow Americans. Don't forget to adopt a pet. We'll see you next time.